Hi, everybody, and welcome to K to 12 Filipino English. And today we're going to have on writing a research proposal. Step one, choosing a topic. For a researcher to choose a topic, you need to be thinking of the three things that we would like to suggest here in K to 12 Filipino English. First, it has to be interesting for you. Kailangan interesado ka sa topic na yon o sa paksa na gusto mong i-pursue sa research mo. Kasi kung hindi ka interesado, syempre, hindi mo ma-enjoy yung pagre-research mo. Hindi magiging kaaya-aya para sa'yo. So parang tatamarin ka kasi wala kang nakukuhang pleasure dun sa pagbabasa mo. Kaya mahalaga na interesante siya para sa'yo. Also, you don't have to worry about having any background about it. Background is not necessary. Although having a background of the topic that you want to pursue is a plus, it's not necessary. So because you can actually learn more about the topic as you go along the review of the related literature. And speaking of the related literature, you need to make sure that there is enough related literature about the topic that you would like to pursue for your research. Ano ba yung related literature? The related literature is the study or something that is published about the topic. Bakit mahalagang merong enough na related literature? Kasi in order for you to become an expert on the topic that you want to have for your research, in order for you to identify the problem that you want to focus on, you need to be learning from the related literature. Yung mga research na naisulat na o nagawa na, kailangan mo yung pag-aralan. Sa ganun, mahahanap mo kung ano yung kulang pa sa nagawang pag-aaral ng mga mananaliksik o yung mga researchers in the past. Kasi yun ang purpose ng research mo, makapag-contribute ka sa body of knowledge na maaaring makatulong para mabigyang solusyon yung isang problema na kinakaharap ng society. So kahit na anumang field na pwede. So pwedeng sa sciences, pwede siya sa social sciences, pwede sa humanities, at iba pa. Okay? So these are the three things that you have to think of or that you have to consider when choosing a topic. Number one, again, it has to be interesting for you. It has, you don't have to worry about the background because you're going to be learning more of that as you read enough related literature. Okay, now let's move on to the next things that we need to do in choosing a topic. Choosing a topic is kind of, akala ng iba madali lang siya. Pero you need to be very careful in choosing your topic because as you go along with the research, sometimes makikita mo na, yung topic mong napili, hindi pala siya feasible. So, for you to make sure that the topic that you're choosing is feasible for you to pursue for a research, you need to have some of these activities. So, kung solo ka as a researcher, pwede mo rin itong gawin. O kung grupo ka, this is going to be more beneficial for the group. Kasi mapipili nyo talaga kung ano yung gusto ng karamihan sa inyo. The first activity is brainstorming. Later on, we're going to discuss what brainstorming is. Pero para sa overview, yung brainstorming, it is a kind of activity wherein you are exhausting all the ideas that your group mates have about something. So in this case, pag sinabi magbe-brainstorm kayo, i-share ninyo kung ano yung mga gusto ninyong topic. Okay? Next, semantic mapping. If you are done with identifying the topic that you want to have, you need to identify the related ideas about it as well. So ano-ano ba yung mga posible na mga topics o mga paksa na na-relate doon sa topic na napili ninyo? Okay? Then, the next one is for you to check the related literature. Again, ito-check mo yung related literature kasi kailangan mong malaman na meron kang sapat na sources o mapagkukunan ng impormasyon tungkol sa topic na gusto mong i-pursue. Kasi kung kulang yung information, then you have no way to learn more about it. And in that case, although it's possible, it's going to be taking so much time for the researcher to start from scratch. So para makasave ka ng time at usually sa school, meron lang kayong limited number of days or months to pursue a topic or to write a research about a certain topic, then having enough related literature is going to help you to progress in your research. Okay, so these three, let's discuss one by one. Okay, so brainstorming. This is the first activity that you're going to do if you want to identify a topic. So nakita niyo yung mga icons na yan. These are the clues for you. For the first one, you need to set time for you to conduct the brainstorming. So in this case, I would like to suggest that you only have 5 minutes. Why 5 minutes only? Actually, you don't have to have so much time to be thinking of what topic is interesting for you. So kung interesante yan para sa'yo, madali yung papasok sa isip mo, madali mong masasabi na, ito gusto kong i-research. So yung gusto nating ma-achieve dito, yung genuineness, yung pagiging totoo ng researcher sa kung ano ba talaga ang gusto niyang i-research. So, when you have set your time for 5 minutes, it's time for you or your members to individually list down any topic that interests you. So, sa 5 minutes na yun, isulat mo lahat ng sa tingin mo ay magiging masayang gawin na topic para sa'yo. Yung something na feeling mo pang nagawa mo ay magiging beneficial o makakatulong sa'yo na madagdagan yung kaalaman mo. Okay? So, that's for 5 minutes. And when you're done with that, okay, when 5 minutes is up, you're going to examine the list that each of your members have. In that sense, you're going to tally, bibilangin mo, yung lahat ng mga lumabas na topics na at least 2 beses. So, tally all the topics that appeared at least twice. Kung halimbawa, si Researcher 1 at si Researcher 3 ay mayroong isang topic na nagkapareho sila ng isinulat, you pick it out and list it para makita mo kung ano-ano ba yung mga topic na nag-match at magkakapareho sa alinman sa mga members ng grupo ninyo. So you take note of the topic that appeared the most. So hindi yung dalawa. Kailangan kung alin yung topic na nag-appear ng pinakamadalas o may pinakamaraming bilang na nailista, iyon yung kukunin ninyo as your topic for your research. Okay? So, pwedeng 5, yung nagsulat nun, pwedeng 4, basta siya yung may pinakamaraming bilang na nailista ng mga members ninyo. Alright? So, after you take note of the topic that appeared, that frequently appeared the most, all you have to do is to take note of that, and then the rest, or the tally that you came up with, you just keep it for future reference. Why do you have to do this? May mga pagkakataon kasi na yung topic na napili ninyo, upon checking ng mga related literature, wala pa lang masyadong nagagawa pang studies or wala pang published materials about it. And so in that case, hindi mo siya mapupursue kasi kulang pa ng information. Okay? So, pag gano'n nangyari, babalikan mo yung tally mo at titingnan mo naman yung pangalawa na pinakamarami. Okay? And just repeat the process kung hindi successful. Okay? Then, once you're done with the brainstorming at meron ka ng topic, it's time for you to know ano kaya naman yung mga posible na mga elements or variables that can be related with that topic. So in this case, let's use the sample vote buying. So yung vote buying ang topic na naisip ninyo. So when you're done with that, you already can proceed to semantic mapping. Yung group ninyo, individually this time, magsusulat ulit kayo, pero ang ililista ninyo yung mga related ideas naman doon sa napili na topic. So yung this time, ano-ano yung mga ideas na pwedeng ma-relate mo. O pag sinabi na pag sinabi na vote buying, ano yung pumapasok sa isip mo? Pag vote buying, related yan sa poverty. Pag vote buying, it's maybe it's done by parties or political parties. That in those examples, you will notice that the ideas that we're listing do not necessarily mean that they are just word or one word lang. Pwede siyang phrase. Okay? And you have to do that individually for 5 minutes also. When your 5 minutes is up, you move on to the next activity. You examine all the listed ideas and again, tally them from the highest frequency of occurrence to the lowest. So, from highest to lowest, pinakamadalas o pinakamaraming na mention papunta sa pinakakaunti. And in this case, you're going to have your group mates, or if you're doing it solo, you will be deciding on hanggang saan lang ba ang kukunin natin ng mga ideas. So, pwedeng half lang o pwedeng may certain number of frequency lang. Ang kunwari, sinabi mo, dapat yung mga 5 lang. Yun lang yung kukunin natin, yung mga naka 5 points lang na mga ideas. Then, kapag naka-decide na kayo at nakuha niyo na yung final na bilang ng mga related ideas, you can move on to keeping the tally for your future reference. Okay? Now, once you're done with that, you already have your topic and then you already have your list of related ideas. It's time for you to check the related literature. In checking the related literature, the first thing that you have to do is to refer to the topic and the list of ideas that this time we're going to be referring to as keywords that your group has produced. Then, you divide and assign the keywords among the members of your group. Maswerte ka kung grupo kayo. But if you're doing this alone, then you will have to take all the responsibility in, researching the keywords. So, and that, you identify or you decide gaano katagal ka magre-research ng related literature about the keywords that you came up with. So, dapat realistic siya. Huwag masyadong matagal. Hindi mo kailangan ng masyadong matagal na panahon para mag-conduct ng related literature research kasi ang gagawin mo lang dito, hahanap ka lang muna ng mga title ng mga research. Ilista mo siya para malaman mo kung enough ba yung dami ng research na may kinalaman sa mga keywords mo para magamit mo yung mga information na manggagaling doon. Okay? So, pero ang question, papaano mo siya gagawin? In that question, all you have to do, dahil ngayon meron na tayong mga technology, before, kailangan mo pumunta sa library. But as suggested, you head on to Google Scholar and or the library. And through Google Scholar or the library, you find the literatures or the studies that dwell on your keywords. Ibig sabihin, yung topic mo at yung ideas na list down ninyo. Yung Google Scholar, isa siyang search engine para sa mga research. So, as powered by Google. And then, the library, you can have it pwede sa community ninyo or pwede rin sa school and universities. Okay, so maybe one question that you would like to ask is, how do I do this? How do I research through Google Scholar? So malamang yung library, may mga librarians that will help you on how to get the topics or anything. Pero kung gusto mong mabilis at international, yung kumbaga kasi pag sa Google Scholar, international yung sources mo eh. So malawak, hindi ka limited. You may head on to Google Scholar, and this next video is going to help you on how you can do that, okay? But before that, you should be able to find at least 20. So, ayan na ita-target nyo. As a group, you should be able to find at least 20. So, you identify muna, you identify as a group, ilan ba kada member ang dapat na mahanap, ang ilan bang related literature ang dapat na mahanap ng kada member. So, hindi mo siya isasakto ng 20 na i-add mo. So, dapat mayroong konting pasobra kasi minsan yung mga mahanap ninyo, they are probably not the right source dun sa ma-identify ninyo na research gap. Okay? So, yung research gap, i-discuss natin yan sa mga susunod pa na video. So, at least, when you're able to find 20, at least 20 useful or 20 related literature, okay na yan para sa mga nagsisimulang research. Okay? So, wag magalala kasi pwede mo pa naman yang working yan eh. So, it's a working bank of related literature. Pwede mo pa siyang dagdagan. Pero, kung para makapagsimula lang, at least you target 20. Okay? And this is the video. Okay, it's time for us to familiarize ourselves with Google Scholar. So those who don't know it yet and those who are not yet familiar with it, just continue watching this video. The first thing that you have to do is to type Google Scholar. Okay, and then click this one so that you can reach the search bar. And here, you're going to type your topic, yung main topic na pinili ninyo as a group or yung pinili mo for your study. So, for example, your topic is vote buying. Okay, so I typed vote buying there. Click this one. And here you see the list of the studies about vote buying. But then it's so broad, masyadong malawak yan para ilista mo lahat. So, punta tayo dun sa topic na inassign sa'yo. What's the topic or the keyword rather. So, diba nagawa tayo ng semantic mapping, and dun sa semantic mapping, napili ninyo kung ano yung mga posible na related ideas about vote buying. Let's say, lumabas dun o nabigay sa'yo yung poverty. Okay, so importante na ilagay mo yung and poverty para lumabas yung mga titles na mayroong word na vote buying at saka poverty. Ibig sabihin, itong mga list na to ay nag-focus sa vote buying at sa poverty. So let's hit this para lumabas na yung listahan natin. Okay? There you see the list of the studies about poverty and vote buying. And what are you going to do on this? You just have to copy each one that you think are going to help you get to know more about or anything that you think will help you in getting to know what vote buying is and that idea. So, ang kukunin mo, yung lumabas yung poverty at saka vote buying So, copy mo lang yan. Right-click and then copy. And then, go to Word. So, ito, nandiyan na siya. Pero kung halimbawa, hindi pa siya nag-appear, you just click Word, click it, and then have a new document. And then, what's the next one that you have to do? You right-click again, and then click this one. Okay? So, pero yung iba, ang ginagawa nila, Control V. Pwede rin naman siya. And then the next one you have to do is to click this. So, itong icon na to, you'll see numbering. This is for you to track the number of your the studies that you have listed already. So, we already have one. Now, let's go back to it. Okay, I found this one again dahil nandiyan yung dalawang word na hinahanap ko. So, pwedeng Control-C na lang. And then, you go to that. Let me just close this one. Ito yung mga samples na. So, don't save na. Okay, ito na yung listahan mo. And then, enter. Then, Control-V. Lalabas siyang ganyan. So, click mo lang to. Okay? And then, you have another one. Balik ka ulit dun sa listahan mo. You go back to Google Scholar. This one has no poverty in it. Pero, nakita mo dun sa description niya, merong nakalagay na poverty. So, pwede mo siyang i-consider. Okay, so, click this. Copy. Go there, and then Control-V. Keep text only. Okay. This one. So, ito, makikita mo, wala siyang poverty. So, in that sense, pwedeng hindi mo na siya i-consider. So, ganun din dito, sa susunod. So, makikita mo dito, merong poverty sa title niya. So, pwede mo na siyang i-consider. Okay. Control-C. And then, okay, now we have 4 already. So, ito, pwede mo siyang, you don't have to limit yourselves as to 5 lang ba. So, maging, for as long as you still have time to go to find possible list, just go on and list them down. Okay? So, don't forget to save it. So, i-save mo siya. Save as. You go to Documents. Or you can have this one. Okay? So, yan. Meron ka ng folder dyan. Then, you save it there. Okay? So, Poverty and Vote Buying. So, ito yung title para alam mo na agad na itong listahan na to ay para sa poverty and vote buying. So, save it. Okay. And so, we're done. Okay. That's it for now. Thank you. Okay. So, now that you have had the idea on how you can list down the possible related literature that you are going to read afterwards. So, ipapasa mo yan sa groupmates mo, pagsasama-samahin ninyo, at syempre, lilinisin nyo na yan. And so that's it. Once you're done with everything, congratulations. And if you found that there is enough related literature about the topic that you've chosen, then you now have your final topic. Again, this is K-12 Filipino English. Please do watch out for the Step 2 video. So for Step 2, we're going to study how you can find the gap. So yung next naman, you need to be finding the gap in all the related literature so that you will know what problem your study is going to address.